Why most people stay stuck after losing everything? Losing everything doesn't destroy most people. What keeps them stuck is what happens after. Because the hardest part isn't the loss, it's what comes next. My name is Anderson Verissimo, and if you ever gone through a moment where things collapsed, business, finances, relationships, or direction, you probably expected at some point things would stay or start moving again. But for many people, they don't. Not because they are incapable, but because they get stuck in a phase they don't understand. The expectation versus the reality. Most people believe that recovery is automatic. They think, I'll bounce back. I've done it before. I just need time. But time doesn't rebuild anything. Structure does. And without structure, people drift. Reason one, they try to win too fast. One of the biggest mistakes after losing everything is this: trying to get back to where you were immediately. So people start chasing new opportunities, taking bigger risks, overcompensate because they want to erase the loss quickly. But this is usually leads to more instability because they are building on a foundation that hasn't been repaired. Reason two, emotional instability. After a collapse, whether people admit it or not, there is fear, there is pressure, there is doubt. Trust me, a lot of doubt. And those emotions influence your decisions, even small ones. The problem is, when your internal state is unstable, your external decisions will be too. Reason three, lack of clarity. Most people, they don't actually stop to understand what happened. They avoid it. They move on too quickly. They tell themselves it's in the past, but without clarity, mistakes repeat, patterns stay the same, outcomes won't change. You can't rebuild properly if you don't understand what is broken. Reason four, too many decisions. After losing everything, people often try to do everything at once. New ideas, new plans, new directions. But the more decisions you make under pressure, the worse your decisions will become. This creates noise instead of progress. And you need to kill the noise. Keep saying that. Reason five, isolation. This is the one people don't talk about it. When things collapse, people tend to withdraw. Not always physically, but mentally. They stop sharing. They stop opening up. They carry everything internally. And then the isolation makes everything heavier. The real problem, when you combine all of this, rushing, emotional instability, lack of clarity, too many decisions, isolation, you don't get rebuilding, you get stagnation. And that's where most people stay. What actually works? The shift. Rebuilding doesn't start with momentum. It starts with stabilization. Before you chase opportunities, scale again, take risks, you need to rebuild. Your routine, your clarity, your decision making. It's slower than people expect, but it's the only way it lasts. Here's the framework. The way I see it now is pretty simple. Survive, stabilize, and scale. Most people try to jump from survival straight to scale, and that's where they get stuck. If you feel you have been stuck after a difficult period, there is nothing wrong with you. You're just trying to move forward without rebuilding the foundations first. It's like building a house in the sand. Take the pressure off the speed. Focus on the structure. That's where the progress starts. Again, Think about it. It's when you have a chair, for example. You have 4 pillars over there. And every single pillar working together as a base, as a foundation, so the chair can be stable. That's where you need to be. That's why you need to build again. Kill the noise. Stay focused. And don't lose yourself. And you're not alone. Thanks for being here.